nominee, but I feel it incumbent upon me, as I've heard speaker after speaker talk about and presume to speak for the rank and file FBI agents across this nation, as someone who has worked hand in hand as a federal prosecutor, myself, as someone who has been a state attorney general, and had to work with and then ultimately sue the FBI when they refused to work with us on the second assassination attempt. And as someone who has married a rank and file federal agent and witnessed firsthand how they have taken what we have seen over the last 4 years, I think it's incumbent upon me to say no one here, including myself, can speak for the rank and file FBI, but what I can say is watching what has happened over the last 4 years and watching the legal system being used to go after political adversaries, the rank and file want to get back to doing their jobs of going after multi-jurisdictional criminals, of working hand in hand with state and law enforcement, of bringing to bear the promise of a country and a free people living under a rule of law that is effectually enforced. And I have to say, I disagree with many people who have said that the morale of FBI will go down if this nominee is confirmed. In fact, I believe quite the opposite. I believe they are ready to stand up and fight and get back to work on mission-critical cases, and that morale will, in fact, go up. I have heard that Kash Patel is out for himself. If that is true, he is out for himself as an American, as someone who believes in the promise of this country, of what its agencies have been created to ensure, and that is to protect the people and their rights, the autonomy of our states. And I believe he will bring to bear that passion and enthusiasm and love of country as the FBI director. I have heard one of my colleagues say, "Why would you pick this person?" and quoted all kinds of things that he has said. Indeed, he is passionate in his love and his demonstration of love for this country. And maybe that is because he has served as a federal prosecutor and a public defender and a chief of staff for the Secretary of Defense and a deputy assistant to the president and senior director for counterterrorism on the National Security Council and as principal deputy to the acting director on national intelligence. Maybe it is through all those roles he has seen what this country has the ability to do to protect its people, and it has seen agencies go down the wrong path. He has said that he thinks that there should be less agents in Washington and more in the field doing their jobs. I think we could all agree with that. And the way he said it might not have been exactly the way we wanted to hear it, but that is what he means. That is what he means. And why pick this person? Because he does have that experience. I've heard questioned his experience. Well, he might not have served in the upper echelons of the FBI, but aren't we asking this agency to set a new course? Don't we want a non-traditional candidate at this moment in time with extensive federal experience? I also heard that it is concerning that those that were at the Capitol on January 6th, and I'm going to quote one of the colleagues who said they were on the loose, and that was concerning. I cannot tell you how many people are on the loose in this country right now that have surged into the country under the last administration. They are prior criminals or indeed have intent to do our country harm. They are on the loose right now because of the last administration, and you have to have an FBI director that is focused and targeted in attention to make sure that those individuals are sought after and rounded up. Indeed, we have DAs, mayors, commissioners, governors that don't care about the rule of law and have allowed crime to explode. So you have to have an FBI director that will fill that gap. You have to have an FBI director that understands that one of their missions is transnational criminal organizations and that the FBI has indeed the jurisdiction to go after those folks. You used the word and the description skunk at a picnic, that is how whistleblowers are treated. To some extent, when these new leaders get into these agencies and they're coming in with an objective view, a fresh perspective, wanting to do right by this country, it may be there are people in those agencies that need to scatter, that need to leave. If they have lost focus of the mission of the agency, if they have lost focus on who they are serving, this country and its people, they do need to go. And any director or any head of agency that we confirm as a Senate needs to go into those positions with that in mind. And I believe that is why Kash Patel will be confirmed by the Senate.